What is up, guys? TEJ here, and in today's video we are going to be reviewing the Takomo Golf 301 CB MB combo set. So let's get right into it. So like I said, guys, Takomo 301 CB MB combo set review coming at you live. You'll see right in front of me there is a Takomo 301 MB. I have a CB in my car, and then the rest of the clubs are in here. I'll take you through an unboxing in a second. Before I do that, I really just wanted to talk a little bit about Takomo Golf and what they're all about. So Takomo Golf is a golf company out of Finland, and essentially what they are striving to do is create quality golf products at a very affordable price point. They have 5 different iron models currently: the 101, the 101T, the 201, and then the 301 CB and 301 MB. For this video, we have a set of 301 CB and MBs in a combo set. It's important to note that these are available as just CBs and just MBs in addition to the ability to build them as a combo set. This entire set of clubs is $650, so extremely affordable. And what we're going to do is I'm going to take these out on the golf course. I'm going to hit some shots for you guys. Then we're going to come back here. I'm going to talk you through the irons just a little bit more, and then I'm going to rate them on a scale of 0 through 10. So by the end of this video, you will know whether these $650 irons are worth the money, or if you should step it up and spend, well over $1,000 on a set of irons. So before we do any of that, I'm going to unbox these for you guys and show you what you will be getting if you purchase a set of Takomo irons. This is what you're going to get in the box of your Takomos. First of all, a really nice Takomo hat and a nice little towel as well. This certainly did not need to throw in for the price point, but a very nice touch. As far as wrapping goes, very well packaged set of irons. Heads are wrapped in bubble wrap, shafts are wrapped in plastic, and then the grips are even wrapped in a second layer of plastic. Once all of that plastic is off, you're going to be greeted with a beautiful set of irons. This is the 301 MB. Go ahead and put that back for a second. These come standard with KBS Tour shafts and then lambkin crossline grips. So a really, really good presentation and very well done by Takomo, in my opinion. All right, guys, driving out to the third hole, and before I get out there, I really just want to take a second to talk about the look of the Takomo golf clubs. Really, really good looking set of golf clubs. In my opinion, they could easily pass for a $2,000 set of golf clubs. They look like a very high quality Japanese forging. If I did not know the brand, I would never guess that they are $650. As far as looks in your bag, they look great. As far as looks at a dress, I think they look really nice at a dress. There's a small change I would make in the look at a dress, and we'll talk about that later in the video, but overall, I think they look really, really good. Out here at the third, and I've hit a drive. I got about 250 to the hole, and there's just no way I'm getting there with an iron. So I'm going to go ahead and lay up. We've got a 7 iron here. I'm going to try to lay up to around 140 yards or so. Felt good, decently soft. All right, good shot. My layup actually went further than I thought it would, so I've dropped 2 balls at 140 yards. I'm going to hit a pitching wedge for you guys and then try to flight a 9 iron, and we'll just see how it goes. So this is going to be a full pitching wedge. That's right at it. Okay, that is probably like 4 feet. All right, now the 9 iron. Let's see what we can do here. All right, so 2 pretty good shots there. 9 irons about 10 feet. Pitching wedge looks like it's kick-in range. As far as turf interaction, really, really good, which I'm surprised by because as you can see, these have a little bit of a wider sole, which I'm not really a huge fan of for a blade, but they actually went through the turf really well. As far as feel, very decently soft. 2 really good shots there. So far, very happy with how these are performing. So out here at the fourth, and we have around 170 yards to a back right pin. I'm going to try to hit a fade to that back right pin. This is a CB in this combo set, so should be a touch harder to work, but let's see if we can make it happen. Really, really good shot to about 10 feet. Pretty easy to work, even though we're moving into a CB. So far, so good. Really happy with the results I'm seeing. Now we're out here at the fifth, and again, around 170 yards to this pin. Middle pin, so what I'm going to try to do is work 2 shots 2 different ways. So we're going to go ahead and start with a draw and then move to a fade. This is a 7 iron for me, so once again, this CB 301. All right, pretty good shot, probably about 20 feet. All right, so now let's go ahead and try to hit this fade for you guys. I changed the camera angle so it's pointed a little bit more to the left here. This is still a 7 iron. Not sure if it's enough, but we'll go ahead and try. That is right at it, if it's the number. Yeah, another good shot to about 10 feet. All right, so as I said, another really good shot to about 10 feet. I'm actually getting to the point with these irons where I'm really surprised how much I'm liking them. When I first took them out of the box, looked at the soles, kind of looked at them at address, wasn't sure if they were going to fit me that well, but everything is there. Feel, forgiveness, workability, turf interaction. Honestly, distance control. I mean, anything you could really think of, these are really delivering. For $650, I am a huge fan of these right now. So now we're out here at the 6th, and we have around 200 yards to the hole, and I'm going to try to go ahead and demonstrate the forgiveness of these irons. This is a 5-iron. As you move into longer irons, that tends to be where most people, including me, will tend to miss hit shots. So let's go ahead and hit one. And there's a great example right there. Low on the face, mishit it. As far as distance, it's going to come up just short, but that pin's actually closer to the front than it is the middle, so probably still went 190 yards. As far as forgiveness goes, very, very decently forgiving. Let's go ahead and hit one more. And that was hit really good. That is right at it if it's enough club. Come on. That looks like it's about 10 feet. So mishit that first one. Second one hit really good, but if you can't see it from here probably on camera, but that first one is only probably 5-6 yards short of the second one. So it goes to show that the forgiveness is definitely there with these Tacomos. So now we're out here at the 7th, and we have around 150 yards to a sort of middle right pin. This should be a stock 8-iron for me if I hit it how I want to. So let's go ahead and see if we can put one close. Another good shot there. All right, so that one went to about 15, 20 feet. Pretty good shot there. And I do want to take a second to talk about the sole once again. So I've been playing for 7 holes now. I've hit a bunch of shots on the range. And I think on soft turf, these wide soles are doing decently well. I think it's actually when you get into firmer turf like this, the wide sole is going to hurt you just a little bit. So maybe not loving the width of the sole on the blades. That being said, if you play on soft turf, you're going to love the width of the sole because it's really going to help you not dig so easily. So going to really be a player-by-player basis, but so far, liking the irons, pretty good shot there once again. We're out here at the 8th hole now, and I really want to do 2 more things before we end this on-course testing. I want to hit a fairway bunker shot for you guys, and then I want to hit one out of the rough. And if my suspicions are correct, this wider sole is going to be really good out of a fairway bunker. So let's go ahead and see if I'm right. 6-iron, around 180 yards. I pushed it a little. I think that's going to come up just short right. Yeah, just short right. It was the right distance, but just pushed it a little bit. I think that having a wider sole out of a fairway bunker is really beneficial for most people. Just not going to be able to dig as easily, so pretty good out of the fairway bunker. Let's hit one out of the rough for you guys. So now I'm going to hit that shot out of the rough for you guys. As you can see, this ball is kind of propped up. I want to see if these are going to jump at all out of the rough because, you know, as you move into CBs or less sort of blade style clubs, they have a little bit more tendency to jump, but hopefully these don't. Nope, did not jump at all. That is like 10 feet just right of the hole from 180 yards. Really good shot there. Like I said, as you move away from blade style clubs, you're usually going to have a tendency to catch a couple more jumpers out of the rough. That being said, that one went exactly the right distance, and so far throughout the entirety of the day today, I've seen a trend where a lot of shots have gone exactly the right distance. So lots of control out of these Tacomos. Really, really happy with what I'm seeing so far. But let's head back to the house. Let's talk through these a little bit more, and then I'm going to give you my rating on a score of 0 through 10. All right, guys, so we are back from the golf course, and what I'm going to go ahead and do is break these irons down into a bunch of different categories, pretty much everything I can possibly think of that you would be looking for in an iron. So let's go ahead and start with looks. As far as looks go, I think just sitting in your bag, this looks like a very premium set of golf clubs. I would personally never guess that they are a $650 set. Like I said earlier in the video, they feel very high quality. Just a very high quality Japanese forging is what I would normally be getting if I did not know the brand. That being said, at address, there are 2 small changes that I would really like to see in the next variation of the 301s, so let's go ahead and talk about that. At address, the irons are definitely a little bit more rounded than irons I tend to game, so I don't really love the roundedness of the top line moving into the toe area. That being said, that's going to be a player-by-player preference type deal. There's going to be people who love that roundedness. There's going to be people who don't. I tend to fall on the side of people who don't, but I still think the clubs look really nice at a dress. It's just going to be something that has to fit your eye. The other small thing I don't really love about the design of these irons is the transition between hosel and leading edge. There's a little bit of a cutoff area in that transition that makes it appear like these irons have more offset than they actually do. I'm somebody who does not like the look of offset, so that's something that turns me off. But as a whole, I think the irons look very good. There's just a couple small things I'd like to see them change in the next variation. Moving on to the feel aspect of these 301s, I actually think that the feel of these 301s is very nice, which I'm surprised by because usually as you go into a less expensive golf club, they're going to use a cheaper grade of steel. That being said, very nice feeling set of golf clubs. Definitely the softness is there in comparison to some of the $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 sets of clubs I've played. As far as workability goes, this is why I tend to play blades in my irons. That being said, moving into the CBs, you guys could see earlier in the video, I was able to move the golf ball both ways with ease with the 301 CBs, so workability is definitely there with these irons. As far as the overall design of these 301s, at address, you heard me talk about the couple small changes I would make. You also heard me talk about the sole earlier in this video. These irons actually have a much wider sole than I'm used to seeing in a lot of players' CB and MB style irons. I don't necessarily love that because as you move into blades, you want a narrower sole because you're going to tend to be a player who has better control over their low point. You don't necessarily need the help that a wide sole offers you. That being said, if you're somebody who plays in soft conditions or you struggle with low point control, having that wider sole could be really helpful, really beneficial for you. It's just really going to be a player-by-player preference type deal, like some of the other things I've been talking about in this video. But as a whole, I think for $650, you're actually getting a very well-designed golf club, especially with the addition of small things like a leading edge grind. I'm sure that adds into their cost of manufacturing, so to see them add that and still be able to keep the golf clubs in a very decent price range is nice to see. As far as forgiveness goes, again, very forgiving set of golf clubs. I miss hit shots on camera. I miss hit shots off camera. The golf ball pretty much went where I wanted it to go. It would come up, 5-10 yards short like you would expect, but nothing I can say that was really bad about the forgiveness. I think, once again, for $650, they've done a really good job at making this a very forgiving set of players' irons. As far as distance goes, I think these pretty much go as far as you would expect a CB to go, just a touch further than my Wilson blades when I'm looking at the 7-iron, probably about 4 or 5 yards. And with the design of the golf club, that's what you would expect out of a CB, just a touch lower spinning, a touch higher launching, but overall distance is going to be really relative to what you're using and what lofts you have on your golf clubs. So you heard me talk about all those different things. What do I rate these Takomo 301s on a scale of 0 through 10? I give these Tacomos an 8.8 out of 10. I think for $650, you get a lot of golf club. They feel great. They look very premium, very high quality. They perform really well. I know there's a couple small design aspects I would tweak, a couple things I didn't love, but again, they're $650. I mean, they perform pretty much just as well as $1,200, $1,400 iron sets I've tested, so I really do think you get a lot for the price of these irons. In addition, they throw in a hat, a towel, you get KBS Tour Shaft Standard, you get Lambkin Crossline Grip Standard. There's a ton of great things about these irons, lots of positives. I've been really happy with them as a whole, and I think a lot of people will be happy with them as well. Before we end this video, I want to take a second to thank Tacomo for sending these irons out to us, supporting our channel, supporting what we're doing. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, comment if you have any questions at all, and make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel. Also, make sure you're following us on our other socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.